What a great fall day! It's actually not windy, sun is peeking out, we have some overcast, some sunny day. Today is a little bit different video, it's a vlog time and I'm gonna be doing a creative shoot today, so I'm not gonna tell you much yet. Let's get outside and let's get ready. As I already mentioned, we will be getting creative and I'm not gonna be shooting alone. I actually brought a guest. Her name is Julia. We've been working together for a number of years. She's one of my very favorite models. Here are some photos, take a peek. So yes, we've done a lot of work together and I'm waiting here. Kind of waiting when she comes. So we made it to this beautiful location. As you can see, the fall is in full colors and actually I found that girl I was looking for. I had to drive a little bit, she got lost, but we made it. There she is. That's the Julia, that's her. And as we were walking here on that little path there up the hill, I was actually thinking how long we've been working together with Julia, and she came up with the story.
Yeah, so the only reason why I knew is because when we were initially kind of texting back and forth trying to figure out a shoot, you said we're gonna have to stop because I'm still breastfeeding. So I'm like, oh, she can't be that bad if she's a mother.
Thank you very much. I'm not that bad. I'm a mother. Yeah.
So 7 years we've been working together.
7 years?
Yeah.
Holy crap, 7 years. Okay, so we've been working together 7 years. So what we're gonna be doing today, I actually saw online those photography tricks, and I'm gonna be very honest, I thought it's kind of cheesy, you know, the optical prism and all these things. I'm like, you know what, I'll probably stick with just my general photography. But then I thought it would be a cool idea to actually try it out. So maybe it might change my opinion, we'll see. So I packed my stuff.
All your stuff.
All my stuff. And this is just like 1% of stuff I have. And I brought everything here with me. I have all those little tools and there was gonna be a twist. I have my cell phone with me. I have also my other big camera, which is Canon 5D Mark III, and I'm shooting on this Canon EOS M50. So I'll be shooting with cell phone, this little camera and the big camera, and I'll be using those tricks on both three. And we'll see how it's gonna come up. I might even have to try to make you actually guess what was taken with what. We'll see. Anyways, let's get going and let's start shooting. It is to work at locations like these. Well, my job is finished here, I'm wrapping it up, and let's move to my studio. Actually, I'm gonna move on my computer where I'm gonna be editing the photos from today's shoots, and let's see what worked or didn't. Let's just see how it worked out. Back in the studio, photos are edited, they are ready for you to see. Let's not waste any minute, let's get right into this. Let's start with the first set. Let's just simply call it nature. When I was taking photos with Canon 5D Mark III, I was using telephoto lens, which is 70-200mm. I like to use this lens a lot because it's gonna give me the bokeh in the front. So when I'm taking photos of the model, I usually put her somewhere in the middle of the bush or put her behind the branches. So I have branches first, then the model second. So the branches are kind of nicely blurry. It's gonna give me this great bokeh effect, and the model in the back is nice and sharp. When I was taking photos with Canon EOS M50, I simply kept it on the auto mode. I wanted to see what the camera has to offer because truly I only used it for videos so far. This is the first time I was taking photos with that camera. So the lens is 15-45mm. As you can see, the result is a bit different. You can tell it's not done with the telephoto lens. If I would put the telephoto lens on M50, I am pretty sure the result will be quite similar. Lastly, I took it with my mobile phone, and here you can totally tell it is a cell phone. If I added another lens on my cell phone, maybe I could get some bokeh in the front, but if you're taking photos just with your cell phone, you're not gonna get that effect unless you use telephoto lens. The cell phone I'm using is Samsung Galaxy S6. Set number 2, I simply call it the leaf. It is fall, so I grabbed whatever is around and I found this nice brown leaf to add that color to the image. So all you really have to do is when you are holding the camera, you are grabbing the leaf and putting it very close to the lens, and you just move kind of up and down and see where the color works for you. You simply want to fill out the empty spots, the blanks. So here is my first question. Here are 2 images. One was taken with Canon M50 and the other one was taken with Canon 5D Mark III. Which one is which? Here is the result. This is the 5D Mark III photo and this is Canon M50 photo. And I tried to do the same trick with my phone, so here it is, and you know what, it didn't quite work for me the way I wanted, so leaf trick didn't work with phone, not this time. Set number 3 is here, and I was using these little cheap fluorescent lights. So you just turn it on and it's kind of like this beautiful blue light. I also have a green one and I also have red one. Got this in a dollar store. I guess it's Party Favors, one of the items for kids or adults, I don't know. For the Canon 5D Mark III, I changed lens. I was no longer using 70 to 200 millimeters simply because it was way too heavy for me to hold it in one hand steady, so I needed something lighter. Well, this blue light worked kind of good. It worked very good for all 3 cameras. The results are quite similar. I think that you're gonna be so confused right now to guess which camera took certain photos. And here, let's sort it out. So these photos were taken with Canon 5D Mark III. These photos were taken with the M50. And these photos were taken with cell phone. Surprisingly, cell phone was working very well for this just because the lens is so tiny and those little lights at the ends are tiny as well. So when I was adding it to this lens, it was creating nice bokeh in the front. Set number 4, let's just call it the rainbow. Look at this disc. How colorful it gets. It's reflecting light like crazy. So what I was doing, I grabbed my camera and I was pretty much pressing the disc on my front lens and I was moving it around to see where I can get a certain shadow and I can get a lot of color. Now, all 3 cameras brought me very different results. This aspect was kind of crazy, I gotta tell you. Crazy a little bit for me, for my taste. So here are some results with the Canon 5D Mark III. And as you can tell, I was going crazy when it comes to editing. I was trying all kinds of effects. I was trying to switch it into black and white, into different tones. And here are some results with Canon M50. I was very pleased. It was reading it quite differently. It was not reflecting as much color, but when I converted those shots to a kind of like a single tone image, it was not so bad. And lastly, I was using it with my cell phone. Now, cell phone, it didn't work very well, but when I converted the photo to black and white, I was actually using those streaks. So as you can see that there are these little light streaks. That was kind of interesting too, quite different effect. You didn't see the colors, but you got some light streaks. Set number 5, and here is the actual frame. It is glass. I was using the actual frame with a glass, so I was spraying water on the glass to get this very rainy effect. Now I gotta say I didn't get very good results with M50 because the autofocus was simply going crazy. I was shooting in auto mode. If I was shooting in manual and I turned off the automatic focus, then I would probably get some good results. And here are some results with phone. It kind of worked, it kind of didn't. I was always getting reflection of my hand and the phone in the photos. Set number 6, very simple, regular flashlight. The same thing with Canon M50 when I was shooting in the auto mode. The autofocus was going crazy, so I couldn't really get very nice result. It was hard to shine it through. Whenever I put a little bit more light, it was just not focusing properly for me. So definitely you would have to shoot it in manual mode. Now, when I was taking photos with Canon 5D Mark III, that worked quite nicely for me. And here are some results with my phone, Samsung Galaxy S6, and yes, you can definitely use flashlight to get that effect with this camera phone. I call it more phone as well. You can just shine the light through, you're gonna get some nice results, you can play around, it's fun. So definitely for mobile photography, yep, it worked just well. Set number 7, and this trick anybody can do. All you need is your breath. Yeah, as crazy as it sounds, if you want to take photos of a beautiful landscape where you need a fog and the fog is not there. Here's actually a photo of Julia without the fog. And here is a photo where I simply did this. And I waited until it's disappearing and I got that right shot of her.
That's so funny.
See, I make you laugh sometimes too.
It's not gonna get old.
Can you guess which camera shot these pictures? Well, this one was taken with Canon 5D Mark III. This one was taken with my phone, and this photo was taken with Canon EOS M50. Set number 8, reflection. All I had to do is pretty much grab the same frame I was using before, placed it on the ground, and I poured a bit of water on it, and I just placed some leaves around it. You can completely cover it with the leaves, the edge, so you don't see the frame, or you can just use some sort of mirror and place some water on the mirror to get the effect. So here are 2 final photos. Can you guess which camera took which one? This one is absolute winner, and it was taken with my cell phone. Just because the lens is so small and it's so close to the edge, you can actually get with the phone very, very close to that mirror or to that frame. So the reflection is very large and it works really nicely. So that's it for today's video. I hope you liked today's vlog and you actually liked Julia as well. If you did, give it thumbs up and subscribe for all future videos. Let me know which trick out of those 9 you like the most by simply commenting below. Let me know if I should do any creative shoots like this in my future vlogs, or actually give me a task. Let me know what theme I should try to shoot and I'll do it. As you know, I always read everything and I respond to everybody. Thanks again for watching and I'll see you next time. Ciao, ahoy.